Top 10 Best Portrait Game Android iOS. Just need one hand to play. Low spec phone game RPG. Blood Knight. Blood Knight. This is just a new release of the best portrait game on Android iOS. The main genre of this portrait game is an idle RPG, but you can play it manually by moving the pads and turning off the auto icon. Even though this is just an idle game, the developer takes it seriously by making this game with an Unreal Engine, and yes, the result of the graphics are unbelievable. The gameplay of this best portrait game is, we just need to increase the character status and finish the achievement as much as we can to get a lot of free diamonds and start to do a gacha for equipment. We can get an ally pet to fight with us side by side. Even when you are offline, then come back for more reward. Best RPG portrait game mobile. Dislike. For a portrait game, this turn-based RPG has a very good graphic. We will get some nice visual skill scenes. Only once, then when you unleash the skill gain, it will launch without skill visual, which is it will save your time a lot but still in a good visual like sequence. The gameplay is quite hardcore. When you reach a higher level, you need to spend a lot of gold for grinding the relic system. Get ready for your team combat in a tower mode. From the visual, I would like to say the Dislike has a futuristic graphic and cyberpunk ambience. Let's say about the music has a AAA tier level. For me, this game is the number one of the turn-based RPG portrait mode for sure. Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 War of Eos. As a Final Fantasy 15 fans game, the developer wants to bring this portrait game on mobile with an idle genre. Unfortunately, most of players expect this game too high. But one more time, mostly portrait game is good to play in idle because it goes to play in one hand. I think this is what Square Enix want from this game. Okay, the gameplay is, it has a quite less of narrations, but already has a bit of voiceover when the cutscene appears. Every character can release their skill when the characters gets full. Honestly, I try to be honest. I have a feeling of this game probably will not long lasting. How do you think? Fire Emblem Heroes. Fire Emblem Heroes. I am a big fan of Fire Emblem series, and when this game comes to mobile with a portrait game, I feel so excited. And now if you would like to play it, you will really enjoy with the game because of the graphic has been optimized. We can collect almost all of the heroes in the Fire Emblem series on this game. That means the number of the collectible heroes will be a lot. But don't worry, because every time you have cleared the stage, you will get a free diamond, and this game is portrait free-to-play game. The gameplay is a tactical turn-based RPG with a high intensity of strategy needs. Most of the players still waiting this best portrait game release on global, especially in Asia. DQ Die, a Hero Spawn. DQ Die, a Hero Spawns, another cool game that made by Square Enix company, probably one of the best portrait RPG games on mobile. The graphic is beyond of the other portrait game on Android iOS. The gameplay is very unique. We will keep running until we face a monster. We should avoid their attacks by swiping the screen and start using our skill. Switching the characters is possible and get a higher chance by using the character skill. After we clear all of the stages, then at the end we will face the boss monster with a higher damage and bigger area skill range. So you must take it more seriously. Best of portrait action RPG on mobile. Knight's Age PvP. Knight's Age PvP Raid Arena. This is an action game portrait. We will play with two of the allies that will assist us along the journey. The gameplay is really easy. We just need to come closer to the enemy and the characters will do an automatic attack. Swipe the screen to dash and avoid the enemy's attack. We will compete with the other player in 3 versus 3 by reaching the end of the path. Then he will become the winner. Remember to unleash your main character skill to deal a higher damage and drag to the enemies you wanted. Top portrait game on Android iOS. Questland. Questland, turn-based RPG. This game has so high score on Play Store. When I play it, it has a nice portrait game with a very small size and able in a low spec phone to run the game. The gameplay is we need a high concentration to make a nice combos by connecting the spirit with the same color. We can boost our character power and upgrade their power by build up the character's equipment. I really get a satisfying feeling when the sound of the sword slashing. At the beginning, we will able to create a character customization, but in fact, this game has a first-person perspective. It's quite unique. Post-Night 2. Post-Night 2. This is the successor of the second sequel of this series game. I feel like this portrait game RPG has a JRPG feeling, especially the music background at the town is really amazing to listen. The gameplay looks so simple, but you need to know and understand of the best timing to use skills. So anticipating the enemy's next move is the best strategy to win the game. We can go to the blacksmith while in the city to upgrade our character's equipment. The game has a very good optimization from the last series. I would like to say the best portrait game on Android iOS. A Girl at Rift. A Girl at Rift. One of the best games with a casual games type. We must keep survive by fishing and catching the boss fish, because the boss fish will give us some items and those items is available to sell to get a pearl to buy some weapon like sword and another cool stuff. When you play this game, my advice is you must focus on how beautiful and relaxing the panorama and the ambience around. It's totally what the sea panorama should be. In a world map, we can move our character to different places. I really love how this portrait game becomes the best casual game on Android iOS. Micro RPG. Micro RPG. This game RPG is the most addictive game on Android, especially in portrait genre. The gameplay is we must click the screen in time when our weapon is right landing on the enemies. Every time we make a multiple hit, then our damage will become higher and higher. The more level you pass, the stronger enemies will you face with a more massive number. Absolutely nice game portrayed offline and has been downloaded by more than 1 million players. Such an amazing number.